Remove your top cap spacers, stem, and handlebar, leaving at least 40 millimeters of exposed steerer. Apply some grease to the inside of your steer tube to make it easier to pull your star nut out. Take the OneUp star nut puller, the short silver cylinder, and drop it over the steer tube. Using a 5mm hex, tighten the star nut puller bolt to pull the star nut out of your steerer. Your star nut will either pull out as a complete piece, or the center portion of the star nut will pull out, leaving two star-shaped pieces still in your steerer tube. If this happens, take a screwdriver and a hammer and lightly tap one edge of the star nut until it flips 90 degrees and is easy to remove. Repeat for the second piece. Push a paper towel into the bottom of your steer to plug the bottom of the fork. Take the tap and put a thin layer of oil on each of the cutting surfaces. Place the tap into the tap guide and then slide an 8mm hex through the hole in the tap. Place the tap assembly onto your steer. The tap guide will automatically align the tap. To thread your steer, turn the tap in the guide using the tap handle, a half a turn forward and a quarter turn back. Then repeat. After 4 full turns, pour some chain lube or cutting fluid down one of the channels of the tap. When you have threaded the full 8mm, the tap handle will bottom out on the guide and stop moving automatically. The guide ensures you can only ever tap the exact depth. Once you've bottomed out the tap, turn the tap handle counterclockwise until the tap is free. Before removing the tap and guide assembly, wrap a paper towel around the top of your steer to catch any chips that might fall off the tap as you remove it. Hold a plastic bag under the steer to catch any chips and debris. Take another paper towel and push it down through the top of your newly threaded steer using an 8mm hex. Reinstall your lower headset spacers and put your stem back on. Do not tighten your stem bolts yet. Apply a small amount of grease to your newly cut thread and screw in your new EDC top cap. The top cap interface uses a standard cassette lock ring tool. You do not need to apply much torque as you're only preloading the bearings. Your stem pinch bolts are what holds your fork in place. The EDC multi-tool contains a top cap tightening tool, so even when riding, you always have the ability to tighten your headset if needs be. Align your stem and tighten your stem bolts to the manufacturer's recommended torque. The final step is to insert the plastic bung or plug into the bottom of your fork. This concludes the EDC assembly instructions.